Hey everybody, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome back to another one of my weekly vlogs. Let's see what's been going on this week. So for gaming, I'm kind of making up for last week because I wasn't able to shoot my video. So this might be a little bit longer, like thinking about it now, because I want to go over a lot of things that happened last week too that I wasn't able to. And here I'm also going to be offering updates in terms of videos in case there was something you missed. So there were a lot of videos, like I posted my review for Freedom Wars, I posted my review for PC Engine Works, the Turbo Duo edition, and then this week I did the Best of Japan edition. Both really fun, and once again I want to give a huge thank you to PC Engine Works for sending that over. Also, I did want to mention that my Tales of Hearts R review is either going to be coming this coming Wednesday or Friday. I'm still trying to figure that out. Basically, my schedule for this coming week is going to be on Monday I have my review for Captain Toad because that's going to be coming out, I believe, December 7th, but the embargo lifts on December 1st. Basically, an embargo is just allowing media to post reviews, to post previews, to post whatever, right? So embargo lifts then, so my review is going to be going up in the afternoon on Monday. Wednesday is either going to be my Tales of Hearts R review or it's going to be my Persona Q unboxing over there. I'm not going to show you any closer because you're gonna have to wait. So I'm either going to do that or have the unboxing on Friday, so then I'll have review, unboxing, review. I think that might actually be better than review, unboxing. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm actually going to put Persona Q, and that way I can spend more time with Tales of Hearts R. I had to postpone the review because there was just too much. You know, too much going on, and I wasn't spending nearly as much time as I wanted to on the game. And on a game like that in particular, you want to spend as much time as you can, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna have Persona Q unboxing on Wednesday, which is pretty super exciting. I also have review copies of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I have Bayonetta 2, which I'm really gonna have to hustle on. That'll probably be the following Monday. And then, like I said, got Captain Toad, and now I have Persona Q as well, which will probably have to come the following week. We'll see what that game is going to be like, but I heard really awesome things. I hear it's super fun, so I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. You have no idea. No idea. This was totally worth the 90 bucks. I really don't care. It was so good. So good. So yeah, the only other thing I wanted to mention for gaming was me going to the Canadian Videogame Awards, which was so cool. I really hope you liked my little recap of the event. I've never been to any kind of video game event quite like that. Like, I've been to a lot of media events. There is seasonal, you know, fall previews, which should be like the X events for Microsoft, the Sony events, PlayStation events for Sony, which I haven't been doing forever. Whatever happened to those? I don't even know. And then the Nintendo events. And then, you know, there's all kinds of other events from like Ubisoft, and I don't even know who else in the city, but there's a lot, right? Living in the city is kind of essential for someone like myself, because that's where all the big events happen. And I think this is why a lot of YouTubers actually move to California, is because that's where the really big events happen. But hey, we have some pretty big ones here and I want to represent. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of gaming for now. Actually, I did want to mention I have been using this Hapog so much. I was doing some recording with my friend Scott for who I used to do this crazy anime podcast with. We may or may not return to that, but we are doing some recording for Captain Toad, actually, just so I could get something out there the day of launch, and it was so much fun. So much fun. So it's super easy to set up, and I'm so excited to be doing more Let's Plays for you guys. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of gaming. Fairly certain. Yeah, I'd say I'm fairly certain. So let's move on to anime. So for anime this week I released, well, just the other day I released my review for Voices of a Distant Star. It's another Makoto Shinkai film, and one that particularly resonated with me in this past little bit. You guys know I've been having a bit of a hard time, and this really helped kind of reflect on the themes and the ideas and the things that have been going through my head. So I really appreciate all of your support and patience. It hasn't been a very pretty time for me. I've been extremely vulnerable, but like one of my #1 rules doing this YouTube channel, and something that I've grown to become really accustomed to and really comfortable to, is that I come off as genuine as I can. It's really important that I do that. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Some people don't understand, I guess. But, you know, I can't really blame them, because people don't always like being around people like that. You know, I'm on camera and I'm doing that, and I understand some people might not understand that. But it's not really a feeling I can hide. Like, if I would have done this review weeks prior, this probably wouldn't have been such a problem. But at the same time, the fact that I'm able to express my ideas about the film in the most genuine, raw way I can is better than nothing at all. Is better than me just talking about it and not showing nearly as much emotion. So I guess it's a little bit of a sacrifice on my end that I have to put myself in this kind of a scenario to be able to review an anime like this. You know, does this mean I'm always going to be so depressed when I review Shinkai films? Probably not, no. But it's one of those things where right now is just an unfortunate time. That's what I've been telling a few people. So yeah, thank you for your support, and please check it out if you haven't already. It might maybe help you with your own problems, because regardless of how sad the review might seem and the way that I appeared on camera, it's also very uplifting, and it helps let go of a lot of things. So I've been feeling a hell of a lot better ever since that review, I gotta say. The other thing I wanted to mention is I actually want to talk about last week's top cyberpunk anime. Now, I didn't mention other anime or honorable mentions that I wanted to. I know a lot of people are saying, well, why didn't you include this one? Why didn't you include that one? This time I didn't have time to do an honorable mention, so I just wanted to go ahead here and tell you some other anime, cyberpunk anime, that I really, really love. Or just series in general, whether it's just like a manga series or something, but just something that really resonated with me but just didn't quite make the list. Some of those anime were actually Gantz, although I really prefer the manga. I have like 1 through 16 of the manga. That just goes to show how much I love it, but it just didn't make the top 5. I think it would probably been like number 6 or 7 or something. We also have Bubblegum Crisis, the original, which I really wish I could have included. We have Armitage 3, we have Iria, which are very comparable in ways to anime like, oh gosh, Battle Angel Alita. I was just like losing my head here. We have Blam, although Blam was much more of a manga series. I love Nihei. Holy shit, I love Nihei so much. I love that man. He had this really strange little short OVA thing that happened that I own that kind of replicates the show, but the show is so existential, even transcendental in a lot of ways. It's very bleak, and it's good, but it's not very caterable. We also have Ergo Proxy, which I have the full series of as well. Just goes to show I really love it a lot. That just didn't make the cut. I love the dialogue in the show, but I think that's part of what people didn't like about the show. They didn't realize how philosophical it was going to end up becoming by, you know, like gradually as the show goes on. Which is great, you know, I think it really sets it apart, and I think it really breaks the mold. So Technolize is another one. Of course, Lane ended up winning over in that one because I just didn't want two by the same director, right? And yeah, I mean, I think that's it in terms of cyberpunk anime that I can think of off the top of my head that I knew for sure I really would have loved to include, but I couldn't. So just gives you a little bit of an idea of some of my other interests in terms of anime. Even if I wasn't able to. So I'm really curious, if you didn't share with me earlier, what other anime, like cyberpunk anime, do you really enjoy that maybe I didn't include on here? I would love to hear. I would absolutely love to hear. Aside from that, I got this Outer Sailor Senshi blind box when I was with my friend Scott. We were hanging out, and then we went to this really awesome place where you could get some super cheap, I always forget the name of this place, it's horrible. I'll link to it below, but it's really great because you can get all kinds of figures there. The Nendroid figures or any of those. Like, it's really actually awesome. I can't remember the name, I'm horrible. But anyways, I got this blind box, and I got Sailor Chibi Moon here. She's so freaking cute, and she's like the little winking face. I don't know if that's gonna focus. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. No, it won't. But yeah, she's so cute. I really wanted the winking little face. It's so adorable. I love that. It's like, ah. She's I've always wanted to actually cosplay, not Chibi Moon specifically. I wanted to cosplay her from Sailor Moon Aro when she turns into a black lady. So perhaps we'll see. So there's that. What else? Oh yeah, so while I'm probably going to talk about this more in my next section, I did want to say that while this isn't anime, but tokusatsu is still like a very big part of Japanese culture, and that all has to do with my new YouTube channel that I'm going to be starting. I've been spending a lot of time watching like just different like Super Sentai shows. Gakaiger is so freaking good. Alan, thank you so much. Holy shit, I can't believe that. I haven't had time to watch more. I think I watched like the first 5 episodes and I'm like, this is like the best thing ever. If you're looking for a Super Sentai show and you don't know where to start, this is actually a really great gateway because it explores all the different Super Sentai through the years, which is crazy. It's awesome. This is something that I've been wanting to delve into, and part of why it's going to be on my other channel is like I grew up with Ultraman. I have like one of my Ultraman box sets here. I watched Kamen Rider, which has been a really long time. I'll have to refresh myself. And then Godzilla. I watched quite a few Godzilla movies when I was younger. And you know, I'm lucky because I was hanging out with all these people who were, when I was 16, this is when it all started. I started hanging out with these people who were just like really into obscure things, like subculture things that I grew to really enjoy a lot of, whether we're talking about in comics and horror films and sci-fi, just experimental culture itself. And this is one of those things. Tokusatsu was just kind of blew me away. It took me to a whole other world. So I'm kind of reuniting with that feeling. And yeah, I'm going to be exploring that on my new channel, which I'll talk about in the next section. So yeah, I guess let's move on to Patreon, YouTube, and life. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter, Patreon, YouTube, and life. So let's start with Patreon. So I have some more mini vlogs coming up. I have stopped being a recluse. I'm actually getting out of my house more. You know, because I was really only getting out of my house for assignments or for business meetings or other things. Like I would not leave. It was just awful, you know, but I'm starting to leave again. And I actually filmed like one of my favorite little coffee shops. Well, not really a coffee shop, a bakery cafe, something like that. I just filmed a little thing on one of those. And I want to do some more filming. I want to show you around my area more, maybe more than just my area as well. But I'm finally not so much of a recluse, so do stay tuned for that kind of stuff. At the beginning of next month, I'll also be having my first giveaway for all of my patrons, whether you are $1, this is on Patreon by the way, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's like a crowdfunding site for creatives, people who basically own their own businesses and rely on their fans for that financial support or just support in general. So if you are like whatever kind of patron, you're donating $1 to me or $20 to me, you're entered into this draw where I'm going to be giving away stuff. And I have this awesome Godzilla poster I'm giving away. I'm going to have maybe a few other little things here and there I'm going to be giving away too. I'll try and do like a little box. So that's going to be coming up December, very early in December, first week. So stay tuned for that. That's starting this coming week then, considering December 1st is Monday. Crazy stuff. I also want you to know that I finally went and got some postcards. So you can stay tuned to that too. I'm going to be sending you all messages saying, hey, what's your address? Because I'm going to send you a postcard and it'll be perfect for Christmas time. It'll be great. And if you want, you could be my pen pal. We can be pen pals together. Because I was thinking, I'm like, well, am I just going to send a postcard and that's it? No, I actually want you to mail me back if you want to. That could be fun, right? I would really like to hear about where you live and whatever you do, you know, like I'd like to hear more about you guys. So stay tuned for that. All of you patrons out there, you will be receiving a message from me very soon. Everything else, okay, so YouTube, I had mentioned I'm starting a new YouTube channel called Sharp OBJEX. Now I had mentioned earlier, Sharp OBJEX was actually a subculture experimental culture blog that I started back in 2009. It went defunct late 2010 because I was going to journalism school and it was incredibly stressful juggling that and juggling all the work I had to do in school that I hated. So what ended up happening is I had to cut the blog entirely, and then I dropped out of school. So that was an interesting story. That was a very interesting time in my life in general, and after that I pursued blogging on my own, and then I did well, and then moved on to YouTube, right? So I wanted to bring it back because I didn't feel like I gave it the proper funeral. So instead now I am revitalizing it as a YouTube channel where I'm going to be covering horror films, and that's like a lot like, not like the mainstream horror films, like it's going to be a lot of like the more obscure stuff, keep in mind. That's why this channel in general is going to be more about obscure things like tokusatsu, or more obscure sci-fi, or more obscure horror in general. Like I'll be talking about a lot of things like that. So don't expect any mainstream things. It's all going to be like this, I don't know, all the weird stuff I like. And I felt like because it's so different from what I express in my current channel, it's just a different focus. It'll be a different focus, but it'll still be one of those things where I'm giving shout outs to directors, to producers, to companies in general that are releasing these films that deserve it. So that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, so I'm super excited. Actually just got my lighting equipment from Cowboy Studio. They're based in Mississauga, and I've been wanting to get lighting equipment for a while because for this new channel, I'm not going to be filming here. There's no point in me filming here because I'm not really going to be talking about games. I'm going to be talking much more about films, and I have a really nice film shelf over there. I have a film shelf. That makes so much sense. So I have a film shelf, but because my only light source is here and a skylight over there, it's super shady in the middle. So I got some lighting equipment, some nice soft boxes. However, unfortunately, I forgot to buy the adjustable stand, so I'm gonna have to do that next week. But the good thing about all of this is the fact that it came so quickly because it's only in Mississauga, right? So yeah, that's just how it goes. But yeah, I'm super happy that I have this lighting equipment. Soon I'm hoping to get a Rode video mic as well, but I can't quite afford that. That's about $140-ish that I don't have right now. This already was pretty expensive, but way better than if I went to like VizTech or something. I will tell you all right now too that the money that I get from Patreon is actually the money I use to get this equipment. So I do want to thank you all very much for providing me with that. It means a lot to be able to know that I can use my money for the better. The money that you donate to me. It really means the world to me. So thank you very much. It's a very exciting time, and I gotta say, like, not only am I gonna be making changes in terms of having a new channel, but I'm also gonna be streaming in time too. Like, I'm trying to sort things out right now so I can maybe potentially have a PC desk, like a desktop. It'll be incredible, and then I can start streaming, and then my life will be consumed in my work forever. But that will make me so incredibly happy. I'm already going to be doing 6 videos a week, because I'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays on Sharp OBJEX, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday here. And then in the middle of all that, somehow I'm going to stream. It's going to be incredible, and I am actually super stoked, even though some of you guys are like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm happy. I'm very happy for this. I really, really needed this. So yeah, I'm gonna get, you know, swamped in my work, but I'm gonna still hang out with people. I'm not gonna be a recluse. Maybe like a few times a week or something, but I gotta ground myself, you know, I gotta treat myself. Speaking of that, let's go on to life. Treating myself. How am I going to treat myself? I'm treating myself by starting a new channel because I'm a crazy workaholic, and that's okay. I treated myself by going ahead and buying some of the equipment that I needed in order to start this new YouTube channel. I'm going to Montreal in basically 2 weeks. That's kind of like my gift to myself. I'm just gonna go away. I don't really necessarily need to do anything. I actually don't think I've ever been on a trip alone before where it wasn't a business trip. It was just me going. So I mean, expect like a mini vlog in Montreal. Super excited just to pamper myself. I'm probably gonna go to a spa. I'm just gonna hang out in this nice person's house on Airbnb where they just basically sublease their home to you. So that's gonna be happening for the weekend. That's really great. Oh yeah, I want to say ANC Games, my work, they had this amazing Black Friday sale this past Friday. It was just incredible. It was insane. I really hope you can make it. If you couldn't, please stop by my work sometime. Every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. It'd be awesome to see you if you live in the area. That has nothing to do with pampering myself. I don't care though. There's way too much going on. This is what happens when you don't film the week prior. It turns into this giant mess. This is why I have to format my reviews to make sure I don't go off tangent. So I guess that's what weekly vlogs are for. They're like mind dumps. That's fine though. That's totally fine by me. How else am I gonna pamper myself? I'm gonna get a massage. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a fucking massage. I'm gonna get a massage. I'm gonna go to Montreal. I take baths like all the time now. It's insane. It's great. Bought the lighting equipment, started the channel. Gonna start streaming hopefully once I get this PC thing sorted out. I don't know, every day I try and do like one little thing for myself. I set all these goals up, like I write a list down with all my goals, and then I always have one thing on there, or at least a few things on there, where it's like, do something for you, right? So yeah, I've been doing things for me. It's still been a weird time, but doing things for yourself really does make you happier, I gotta say. So it's helping, it's helping. But yeah, you know, I think that's finally it. That was a long one there. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this extra lengthy weekly vlog number 31. I didn't even celebrate number 30 properly. I didn't even acknowledge the fact that I got to 30 last week, which is a pretty big milestone. But whatever, we'll wait till 50 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I want to thank all of you, seriously. Like the amount of subscribers and views I've been getting has been incredible. It blows my mind to know how supportive all of you are and how I love you guys. I seriously love you guys. That's not really a term I like to throw around very much because it's a very precious thing to say to somebody. That's why I don't say it in every video, but I want to tell you guys how much I care about you and how happy I am to know that I have all of you here to help support me and just to be here to talk, really, because that's all I really need to do half the time is talk, and even talk into a camera, as long as it can serve as some kind of messenger to you guys. That's the most important part for me. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. You have been so supportive and it's incredible. It's kind of a weird, really weird relationship you build by doing this. But I love it. It's very unconventional, but I love it very much. So thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for listening to this. This has been a crazy long episode, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, please stay tuned this coming week for lots of things. Like I said, Monday, Captain Toad review. Wednesday, Persona Q unboxing, premium edition. Friday, we have Tales of Hearts R, and then Sunday we have our weekly vlog number 32. Am I going to be releasing any videos on Sharp Objects this week? Maybe. It depends on if I get the stand in time, right? If not, it'll be next week for sure before I leave for Montreal. So stay tuned for that, okay? Alright, thanks everybody for tuning in, and stay tuned for all that content coming up, okay? Alright, peace.